Life Lessons. 21 Chapters of Wisdom for the Journey. Chapter 1. The Gift of Life. Life is the most precious thing we will ever own. We didn't buy it, we didn't earn it, and we didn't ask for it. Yet here we are, breathing, feeling, and living in this world. Every single moment is proof that we've been given something powerful, the chance to exist. The truth is, most of us forget how special life is. We wake up, rush through our days, stress about bills, work, or problems, and then go to bed. We repeat the same cycle over and over. In the middle of all that, we rarely stop to notice the simple miracle of being alive. Think about it. Out of billions of people on Earth, there is only one you. Nobody else has your exact thoughts, your exact heart, or your exact story. You are unique in a way that will never be repeated again. Even if the world forgets you one day, the truth is, you mattered, because life itself is proof of meaning. But here's the problem. We often compare our life to others. We see people with more money, bigger houses, better jobs, or what looks like a perfect family, and we feel like we're not enough. But life is not a competition. It is not about who runs faster or who has more. It's about living your own journey, your own way. Some people spend their whole lives chasing things, thinking happiness will come later, after they get the job, after they get the car, after they get the house. But happiness doesn't live in the future. It lives in today. It lives in the small things, like laughter with a friend, a quiet morning, or even a deep breath after a long day. Of course, life is not always easy. We face struggles, pain, heartbreak, and loss. But even in the hard times, life remains a gift, because pain reminds us we are alive. Struggle makes us stronger. Loss teaches us the value of what we still have. Every moment, good or bad, is part of the bigger picture. Life may not always be fair, it may not always be perfect, but it is always worth living. And when you begin to see it as a gift, everything changes. You complain less, you appreciate more, and you realize that every day is a chance to begin again. So the real question is not, why is life so hard? The real question is, what will I do with the life I've been given? You can waste it, or you can live it. You can complain, or you can create. You can be bitter, or you can be grateful. The choice is always yours. Chapter 2. Childhood Dreams. When we were children, life felt bigger. The world was full of magic, wonder, and possibility. We dreamed without limits. One day we wanted to be astronauts flying to the moon. The next day, superheroes saving the world. And the day after that, maybe singers, teachers, or explorers. Nobody told us we couldn't, and we believed anything was possible. But as we grew older, something happened. People started telling us to be realistic. They told us to focus on what was safe, what was normal, what made money. Society pushed us into boxes: school, jobs, rules, routines. Slowly, many of us stopped dreaming. We traded imagination for responsibilities. But here's the truth. Those childhood dreams were never silly. They were windows into our soul. They showed us what we really wanted: freedom, adventure, love, joy, creation. Maybe you didn't become an astronaut, but deep inside you might still long for discovery. Maybe you didn't become a singer, but your heart still loves to express itself. Those dreams were not wrong. They were clues. Life has a way of making us forget. We get so busy surviving that we stop imagining. But the child inside us never fully disappears. That child is still there, waiting, whispering, reminding us who we really are. Sometimes we just need to listen again. Think about it. What did you dream about when you were young? Did you want to build, create, explore, help, inspire? Those dreams may not look the same today, but the feelings behind them are still alive. They are part of your true self. Chapter 3. The Power of Choices. Life is built on choices. Every day, from the moment we wake up, we make decisions. Some are small, What to eat, what to wear, where to go. Others are bigger, who to trust, what path to follow, how to respond when life gets hard. Together, these choices shape the story of our life. Think about where you are today. The job you have, the friends around you, the habits you live with. Most of it is the result of choices you made in the past. And where you will be tomorrow depends on the choices you make today. This is both powerful and scary. Powerful because it means you're not helpless. Scary because it means you are responsible. Sometimes we blame others, or fate, or luck. But the truth is, our choices carry weight. Even small decisions, repeated over time, can change everything. For example, choosing to be kind each day builds trust and strong relationships. Choosing to take care of your body, even in small ways, creates health over time. Choosing to save a little money each week builds security in the future. On the other hand, choosing to ignore your dreams or surround yourself with negative people or stay in habits that harm you can slowly destroy your joy. The good news is, it's never too late to choose differently. One good decision can start a new chapter. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need the courage to take one step in a better direction. Sometimes people wait for the right time. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect situation, the perfect feeling. But here's the truth. The perfect time never comes. The only time you have is now. Waiting too long is also a choice, the choice to do nothing. Life is not about making perfect choices. Nobody gets it right all the time. You will make mistakes. You will regret some things. But even mistakes teach us. They guide us. They show us what we don't want, so we can move toward what we do want. The secret is to be aware. Pause before reacting. Ask yourself, will this choice bring me closer to the life I want, or take me further away? That one question can change everything. Remember, your future is not written yet. It's waiting for the choices you will make today. So choose to forgive. Choose to try again. Choose to start small but keep moving. Your choices are the paintbrush, and your life is the canvas. Every stroke matters. Chapter 4. Time, the true treasure. If there is one thing we all share, it's time. Rich or poor, young or old, no one gets more than 24 hours in a day. Yet how we use those hours shapes the life we live. Money can be lost and earned again. Opportunities can come and go. But time? Once it's gone, it never returns. That's why time is the most valuable treasure we will ever have. The problem is, most of us treat time like it's endless. We waste it on things that don't matter. Hours slip away scrolling, arguing, worrying, or living in regret. Then one day, we look back and wonder where all the years went. The truth is, life is shorter than we think. One day, sooner or later, our time will run out. That's not meant to scare us, but to remind us to live fully while we can. Every sunrise is a gift. Every moment is a chance. So how should we use our time? Start by giving it to what really matters. Spend it with people you love. Use it to grow, to learn, to create, to help. Don't waste too much of it chasing approval or things you can't take with you when you leave this world. Ask yourself, if today was my last day, would I be proud of how I spent it? If the answer is no, maybe it's time to shift your focus. Of course, not every moment has to be productive. Rest is important too. But there's a difference between resting and wasting. Rest renews you. Wasting drains you. Sometimes we think we don't have enough time to do the things we want. But the truth is, it's not about having more time. It's about using the time we already have wisely. Even 10 minutes of effort each day adds up. Even one small habit, repeated daily, can change your life in the long run. Here's another truth. Time is not promised. None of us know how long we have. That's why it's so important to live with intention. Tell people you love them. Chase the dream you keep delaying. Forgive the grudge you've been holding. Don't wait until it's too late. Your time is your life. Guard it carefully. Use it meaningfully. Give it to what makes you truly alive. Chapter 5. Pain as a teacher. Nobody likes pain. It hurts. It makes us cry. It makes us question. And sometimes it makes us want to give up. Whether it's physical pain, heartbreak, disappointment, or loss, pain has a way of touching every human life. But here's the hidden truth. Pain is not only an enemy, it can also be a teacher. Some of the most important lessons in life come wrapped in struggle. Think about it. When everything is easy, we don't grow much. Comfort feels good, but it doesn't push us forward. It's the challenges, the failures, and the difficult moments that force us to become stronger. Just like a muscle grows when it's stretched and tested, the human spirit grows through pain. Pain teaches us empathy. When you've suffered, you understand the suffering of others more deeply. You know what it feels like to be broken, and because of that, you're more able to show kindness and compassion. Pain teaches us resilience. The first time life knocks you down, you feel weak. But every time you get back up, you realize you're tougher than you thought. You learn that you can survive more than you imagined. Pain also teaches us gratitude. After you've been through hard times, the simple joys of life, peace, health, love, laughter, shine brighter. You appreciate them more because you know how it feels to live without them. Of course, not all pain feels fair. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, and we don't understand why. But even in those moments, pain can guide us. It can show us what really matters. It can wake us up, reminding us that life is fragile and that we must live it fully while we have the chance. This doesn't mean pain is easy or that we should enjoy it. Pain will always hurt. But if we face it with open eyes, we can learn something from it. And with time, the lessons from pain often become our greatest strengths. Think of a scar. At first, it's a wound. It bleeds, it aches, it makes you weak. But with time, it heals. And when it does, it becomes a mark. Not of weakness, but of survival. A reminder that you went through something hard and you came out stronger. So when pain enters your life, don't ask only, why me? Instead, ask, what can this teach me? How can I grow from this? The answers may not come right away, but with patience, you'll see. Pain may break you for a moment, but it also builds you for a lifetime. Chapter 6. Failure is not the end. Failure is one of the most feared words in the world. Nobody wants to fail. We want to succeed, to win, to prove ourselves. But the truth is, failure is a part of life. In fact, it's one of the most important parts. Think back to when you were a child learning how to walk. You fell many times before you took your first step. Did anyone call you a failure? Falling was part of learning. Without it, you would have never learned to walk. That same truth applies to every stage of life. Failure is not the end. It's a step in the process. Every mistake, every setback, every loss is shaping you into someone stronger and wiser. The problem is, we've been taught to fear failure. School punishes wrong answers. Society celebrates only winners. Social media shows us people's success but rarely their struggles. So when we fall, we feel ashamed. We think we're not good enough. But the truth is, the people we admire most, leaders, inventors, artists, heroes, all failed many times before they succeeded. Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb, once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that don't work." Each failure brought him closer to success. Imagine if he had quit after the first mistake. Our world might still be in the dark. Failure also teaches us what success cannot. Success feels good, but it doesn't make us reflect. Failure makes us stop, think, and learn. It forces us to change our approach, to grow our patience, and to strengthen our determination. But here's the key. Failure only wins if you stop trying. If you give up, then yes, failure becomes the end. But if you get back up, if you take the lesson and move forward, failure becomes the beginning of something greater. Think of failure like a teacher. It may be strict and the lessons may sting, but those lessons stay with you forever. They prepare you for the next opportunity, so that when success comes, you are ready to hold on to it. So don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid of never trying. Be afraid of letting the fear of failure keep you from even beginning. because failure hurts for a moment, but regret lasts a lifetime. Next time you fail, remind yourself, this is not the end, this is just a chapter, and my story is not finished yet. Chapter 7. Loneliness and Connection. Every human being knows the feeling of loneliness. It's that quiet emptiness inside, when we feel unseen, unheard, or disconnected from others. Even in a crowded room, even surrounded by people, loneliness can still creep in. At first, loneliness feels like an enemy. It can make us sad, anxious, or even hopeless. But if we look deeper, loneliness has something to teach us. It reminds us of how much we need connection, real human connection. We are not meant to go through life alone. From the moment we are born, we need others. A baby cannot survive without care, love, and touch. As adults, we may pretend to be independent, but the truth is, our hearts still long for belonging. We want to be understood, accepted, and loved for who we truly are. Connection is one of the greatest sources of happiness. A deep talk with a friend, a laugh shared with family, a simple smile from a stranger, these small moments can lift our spirits in powerful ways. Love and connection give life its color. But here's something important. Loneliness also teaches us to connect with ourselves. When the world is quiet and nobody is around, we face the truth of who we are. Loneliness pushes us inward. It gives us the chance to reflect, to heal, to grow. Many people discover their true strength in their loneliest moments. So, loneliness is not always a curse. Sometimes it is a teacher, reminding us that relationships matter and that self-connection matters too. The danger comes when we let loneliness control us. If we close our hearts, if we build walls out of fear, we miss the chance to connect with others. True connection requires risk. It requires opening up, being vulnerable, and trusting again, even after we've been hurt. If you feel lonely, know this: you are not alone in your loneliness. Millions of people feel the same, often at the same time. Sometimes reaching out, even with a small message, a kind word, or a smile, can create the connection you're longing for. And remember, connection is not about quantity. It's not about how many friends or followers you have. It's about quality. Even one person who truly understands you is worth more than 1,000 shallow connections. So embrace loneliness when it comes, but don't stay in it forever. Let it guide you back to yourself, and then let it push you toward others. Because at the end of the day, life is not meant to be lived alone. We heal, grow, and shine brighter when we are connected. Chapter 8. Fear versus courage. Fear is something every person knows. It whispers in our minds when we want to try something new. It shouts at us when we step out of our comfort zone. Fear says, what if you fail? What if they laugh? What if you're not good enough? Fear exists to protect us. In ancient times, fear kept humans alive. It warned us of danger. It pushed us to be careful. But in today's world, fear often holds us back more than it helps us. We're not running from lions anymore. Instead, we're running from opportunities, dreams, and change. Courage is not the absence of fear. Many people believe brave people don't feel fear, but that's not true. Courage means feeling afraid and still moving forward. It's choosing to act, even when your heart is shaking. Think about it. Every great achievement in history was born out of courage. Someone dared to risk, to try, to step into the unknown. Without courage, we would never grow. Without courage, dreams would stay as dreams. Fear tells us to stay where we are. Courage tells us to move. And the moment we choose courage, life begins to expand. But here's the key. Courage doesn't have to be big. Sometimes courage is standing up for yourself. Sometimes it's saying no when everyone expects you to say yes. Sometimes it's speaking the truth, even if your voice trembles. And sometimes courage is just getting out of bed when life feels too heavy. The more we practice courage, the smaller fear becomes. It will never fully disappear, but it loses its power when we stop listening to it. Ask yourself, what is fear stopping me from doing? Is it starting that business? Is it telling someone how you really feel? Is it chasing the dream you've been holding inside? Imagine how different your life would be if you chose courage instead of fear. The truth is, most of the things we fear never even happen. We spend so much time worrying about what could go wrong that we miss the chance for things to go right. So the next time fear whispers, remember this. You don't have to feel ready. You just have to feel willing. Take the step, even if it's small. That is courage. And the more you practice courage, the more you'll see life rewards the brave. Chapter 9. The Search for Purpose. One of the biggest questions in life is this: why am I here? Every person, at some point, asks it. We wonder if our lives have meaning, if there is a reason behind all of this, if we are meant to do something special. The truth is, purpose looks different for everyone. Some people find it in their work, some find it in raising a family, others find it in art, service, or faith. There is no single answer, no one-size-fits-all purpose. But one thing is certain: life feels empty without it. When we live without purpose, we feel lost. Days start to blend together. We wake up, go through routines, and wonder if this is all life has to offer. But when we discover a sense of purpose, even simple days become meaningful. Life feels alive again. Here's the good news. Purpose is not always something big. It doesn't have to mean changing the entire world. Sometimes it's as simple as bringing light to the people around you, helping a neighbor, being there for a friend, raising children with love, creating something that inspires others. Purpose is not about fame. It's about meaning. And often purpose is not found overnight. It's discovered slowly, through experiences, mistakes, and growth. Many people think they must find their purpose, like it's a hidden treasure. But the truth is, purpose is created. It's built through the choices we make and the values we live by. If you're searching for your purpose, start by asking yourself simple questions. What makes me feel alive? What do I love doing, even if nobody pays me for it? How can I use my life to serve others in some way? The answers to these questions may guide you closer to your true direction. But here's something important. Your purpose may change over time. What feels meaningful at 20 may not feel the same at 40. And that's okay. Purpose grows with us, just like we do. Don't let the search for a perfect purpose stop you from living today. Sometimes the best way to discover meaning is to simply live with intention, to give your best to whatever is in front of you. Remember, even small acts can have big impact. A kind word may give someone hope. A simple effort may inspire another person to keep going. You may not even realize the ways your life touches others, but it does. So don't be discouraged if you haven't found your purpose yet. Keep living, keep trying, keep giving. Purpose is not always one big thing. Sometimes it is found in the little things, done with great love. Chapter 10. Self-love and acceptance. For many of us, the hardest person to love is ourselves. We give kindness to others, we forgive others, we encourage others, but when it comes to us, we are often our own worst critics. We look in the mirror and see flaws. We think about our mistakes and feel shame. We compare ourselves to others and decide we're not good enough. This voice inside us, the voice of judgment, can be louder than any voice outside. But here's the truth. No matter who you are, no matter what you've done, you deserve love, including from yourself. Self-love is not about arrogance. It's not about thinking you're better than anyone else. Real self-love is about respect. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness you give to the people you care about. Acceptance is part of this love. It means being honest with yourself. It means saying, yes, I have weaknesses. Yes, I've made mistakes. But I'm still worthy of love and growth. Think of it this way. If a friend came to you feeling broken, you wouldn't push them away. You wouldn't tell them they're worthless. You'd comfort them, encourage them, and remind them of their value. That's how you should treat yourself too. The journey of self-love is not always easy. Some of us carry wounds from childhood, words from others that told us we weren't enough. Some of us compare our lives to others and feel like we're behind. But no matter your past, you can choose today to love yourself as you are, while also working toward who you want to be. One of the best ways to practice self-love is through gratitude. Instead of focusing on what you hate about yourself, notice what you appreciate. Your hands that work hard, your heart that still cares, your mind that keeps trying even when life gets heavy. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already good. Another way is forgiveness. Forgive yourself for the mistakes you made when you didn't know better. Forgive yourself for the times you settled, for the times you were silent, for the times you didn't show up for yourself. Carrying guilt forever only keeps you stuck. Forgiveness sets you free. When you love and accept yourself, life feels lighter. You stop chasing approval. You stop needing to be perfect. And instead, you begin to grow naturally, with peace in your heart. So today, stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself, I am enough. I am worthy. I am lovable just as I am. At first, it may feel strange, but with time, those words will sink in. And when they do, your relationship with yourself and with the world will change. Chapter 11. The Power of Thoughts. Your mind is a powerful place. Every day, thousands of thoughts pass through it. Some small, some big, some good, some heavy. And while we can't control every thought that enters, we can choose which ones we believe and which ones we give power to. The truth is, your thoughts shape your reality. What you think over and over becomes what you feel, and what you feel guides how you act. Slowly, your repeated thoughts become the story of your life. For example, if you constantly think, I'm not good enough, you'll start to feel weak. You'll hold back from opportunities, and in time, your life will reflect that belief. But if you think, I am capable, you'll act with confidence, and your life will begin to open up in new ways. This doesn't mean you'll never have negative thoughts. Everyone does. But the key is not to let them control you. A thought is just a thought. It is not always the truth. You have the power to question it. You have the power to replace it with something better. Imagine your mind like a garden. If you plant seeds of positivity, kindness, and belief, you'll grow flowers of peace and joy. But if you keep planting seeds of doubt, anger, and fear, you'll grow weeds that take over your happiness. The choice of what you plant is yours. One way to guide your thoughts is through affirmations. Simple words you repeat daily can slowly reshape your mind. For example, I am enough, I am growing, I am strong, I can handle today. At first, they may feel like just words, but with time, your mind begins to believe them, and your life begins to follow. Another way is gratitude. When your thoughts are full of complaints, shift to what's good, even in small things. Gratitude doesn't erase problems, but it gives your mind balance. It helps you see that even in hard times, there is still something to hold on to. Be careful, too, of what you feed your mind. The books you read, the shows you watch, the people you listen to, all of these shape your thoughts. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with voices that lift you up, not voices that pull you down. Remember, your thoughts are not just private. They affect the way you treat others, the way you handle challenges, and the way you live your life. A positive mind doesn't mean a life without problems, but it does mean a life with more strength to face them. So guard your mind. Feed it with hope, with truth, with love, because your life will always follow the direction of your thoughts. Chapter 12. Gratitude changes everything. If there is one habit that can transform your life, it's gratitude. Gratitude is the simple act of noticing what you already have, instead of focusing only on what's missing. Many times we chase happiness in the future. We think, I'll be happy when I get the job, when I buy the car, when I find love, when life is finally perfect. But happiness doesn't live in the future. It lives in the present. Gratitude is the key that opens that door. When you practice gratitude, you begin to see life differently. The things you once ignored start to shine. The bed you sleep in, the food you eat, the people who care for you, even the breath in your lungs. Suddenly, you realize these are blessings, not guarantees. Gratitude doesn't erase problems. Life will always have struggles. But gratitude shifts your focus. Instead of being blinded by what's wrong, you start to notice what's right. And that simple shift changes how you feel inside. Think about it. Two people can live the same day, one complaining about everything, the other giving thanks for small moments. Their experiences will feel completely different, not because the day changed, but because their focus did. The truth is, gratitude is powerful, even in hard times. In fact, it's often during struggles that gratitude matters most. When life feels heavy, finding even one thing to be thankful for can bring hope. Maybe it's a friend who listens. Maybe it's a lesson learned. Maybe it's simply the fact that you're still alive, and tomorrow gives you another chance. Gratitude also brings peace to relationships. Instead of criticizing people for what they lack, thank them for what they bring. A simple thank you can heal more than we realize. People blossom when they feel appreciated. So how can you practice gratitude? Start small. Each morning, think of 3 things you're thankful for. Write them down if you can. At night, reflect on one good thing that happened in your day, even if it was tiny. Over time, your mind will naturally search for blessings instead of focusing only on problems. Remember, gratitude is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about learning to see the beauty that already exists. When you choose gratitude, you choose joy. You choose peace. You choose to live with open eyes, noticing the miracles that were there all along. Chapter 13. Family, our first home. Before we know the world, we know family. Family is our first home, the place where we first learn love, care, and belonging. It may not be perfect, in fact, no family is, but it is where our story begins. Family teaches us our first lessons in life. As children, we watch the people around us, and without realizing it, we copy them. We learn how to speak, how to eat, how to handle problems, even how to treat others, mostly from family. For many, family is a safe place. It's where we find support when the world feels cold. It's where we hear words of encouragement and feel the warmth of love. Just knowing someone has your back no matter what can make the hardest days feel bearable. But family isn't always easy. Sometimes it's complicated. There can be fights, misunderstandings, and even deep wounds. The truth is, people in families are human too. They make mistakes, they carry their own pain, and sometimes they hurt each other without meaning to. Even with its flaws, family still shapes who we are. It gives us roots. It reminds us where we come from. And even if family is broken, the memories, the lessons, and the connections often stay with us for life. The beauty of family is that it doesn't have to be just about blood. Family can also be chosen. It can be the people who stand by you, who care for you, who treat you with love. Sometimes friends, mentors, or even a community become family in their own way. What truly matters is not perfection, but love. It's not about always agreeing. It's about being there. It's about forgiveness after fights, laughter after tears, and support in both success and failure. Cherish your family while you can. Call your parents if you still have them. Hug your children tighter. Appreciate your siblings, even if they annoy you. Time passes quickly, and one day, the moments we now take for granted will become memories we hold on to. And if your family has hurt you, remember this. You still have the power to create a new kind of family, built on love, respect, and understanding. You are not limited by your past. You can shape a better future. Family is not about being perfect. It's about being together, learning together, and growing together. It is our first home, and in many ways, our forever home. Chapter 14. Friendship. Bonds that last. If family is our first home, then friendship is the home we choose. Friends are the people we invite into our hearts, not because we have to, but because we want to. They are the ones who walk with us on the road of life, not always every step, but often at the moments that matter most. True friendship is not measured by how often you talk, but by how deeply you connect. Some friends you may not see for months or even years, yet the bond stays strong. The moment you meet again, it feels like no time has passed. That is the beauty of real friendship. Friends make life lighter. They are the ones who share in our laughter, who listen when we cry, who stand by us when the world feels too heavy. A good friend is like a mirror. They remind us of who we are when we forget. But friendship, like family, is not always simple. Some friends drift apart. Some betray us. Some connections are only meant for a season of life, not forever. And that's okay. Not every friend is meant to stay, but every friendship can teach us something. The secret to strong friendships is not perfection. It's presence, being there when it matters, checking in when someone is struggling, celebrating their wins as if they were your own, and most importantly, being honest and real, not fake. A true friend will not only comfort you, but also challenge you. They will tell you the truth, even when it's hard to hear, because they want the best for you. They will remind you of your strength when you doubt yourself, and they will walk with you when life feels dark. And remember, friendship goes both ways. To have good friends, we must also be good friends. That means listening, giving, forgiving, and respecting. It means showing up, even in small ways. As we grow older, we learn that it's not about the number of friends we have, but the quality of those friendships. 10 shallow connections cannot compare to one deep, loyal friendship. So treasure the friends who truly care. Say thank you. Tell them what they mean to you. Because life is not meant to be walked alone, and a true friend is one of life's greatest gifts. Chapter 15. Real Love versus Fairy Tales. From childhood, many of us grow up hearing stories about love. Movies, songs, and fairy tales paint a picture of romance as something magical, perfect, and effortless. The prince finds the princess, they fall in love instantly, and they live happily ever after. But real love doesn't look like that. Real love is not about perfection. It is not about constant excitement. It is not about someone completing you. Real love is about growth, patience, and choosing each other again and again. Fairy tale love is easy. Real love takes work. It means two people, both imperfect, deciding to walk through life together. There will be good days filled with laughter and closeness, but also hard days filled with misunderstanding and struggle. True love survives both. Real love is not about someone saving you. It's about both people supporting each other. It's not about never fighting. It's about learning how to forgive and rebuild after the fight. It's not about never changing. It's about growing together, not apart. Love is not only a feeling. Feelings rise and fall, but real love is also a choice. You choose to be patient when it's easier to get angry. You choose to stay when it would be easier to run. You choose to care, to forgive, and to keep trying. Fairy tales tell us love is about finding the perfect one. Real life shows us it's about becoming the right person for someone else too. It's about building trust, creating memories, and respecting each other's hearts. Sometimes people chase only the fairy tale version of love. They want constant butterflies, endless romance, and no problems. But when reality shows up, they give up. The truth is, butterflies fade, but deeper love grows. Excitement may start love, but commitment keeps it alive. Real love may not always feel magical, but it is stronger. It's the hand that holds yours through sickness, the voice that comforts you when life feels heavy, the presence that reminds you that you are not alone. So, don't be fooled by the fairy tales. The most beautiful love stories are not the ones without struggle, but the ones where two people faced life's storms together and still chose each other. Chapter 16. Forgiveness frees the soul. Holding on to anger feels heavy. When someone hurts us, it's natural to feel pain, disappointment, even rage. But if we hold that pain for too long, it becomes a burden we carry everywhere we go. Forgiveness is the key that sets us free. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. Some think it means saying, "It's okay," or pretending the hurt never happened. But that's not true. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It does not mean excusing bad behavior. Forgiveness simply means refusing to let the pain control your life anymore. When you don't forgive, you stay tied to the past. Every time you think of the person or situation, the wound opens again. But when you forgive, you cut that chain. You release yourself from carrying their mistake inside your heart. Forgiveness is not a gift for them, it's a gift for you. That doesn't mean it's easy. Forgiving can take time. Sometimes the pain runs deep, and trust may never be fully restored. But even if trust is gone, even if the relationship never returns to what it was, forgiveness can still bring you peace. Think of it like this. Carrying anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. In reality, you're only hurting yourself. Forgiveness clears that poison from your system. There's also another kind of forgiveness we often forget: forgiving ourselves. Many people carry guilt and regret from past mistakes. They replay old decisions, wishing they had done better. But just like others, we too deserve forgiveness. You cannot grow if you're chained to your past. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean ignoring your mistakes. It means learning from them, making peace with them, and choosing to move forward with wisdom. In the end, forgiveness is not about weakness. It is about strength. It takes courage to let go. It takes wisdom to free yourself from the prison of bitterness. So ask yourself, what anger am I still holding? Who do I need to forgive? Do I need to forgive myself? The sooner you let go, the lighter your soul will feel. Chapter 17. The Gift of Time. Time is the one gift we all receive equally. Every day, each of us is given 24 hours, no more, no less. How we use those hours shapes the life we live. The truth is, time is more valuable than money. Money can be lost and earned again, but once time passes, it never returns. You cannot buy back yesterday. You cannot store tomorrow. All you truly have is today. Many people waste time waiting for the right moment to live. They think, I'll be happy when I get the job, when I retire, when everything finally works out. But the right moment is always now. If we keep waiting, life passes us by. Time teaches us what matters. Think about it. In the end, we won't remember the hours spent scrolling on a phone or chasing things that don't truly satisfy us. What we'll remember are the people we loved, the moments we shared, and the experiences that touched our hearts. That's why it's important to spend time wisely. Invest it in people, in learning, in growth, in experiences that matter. Don't just pass time, use it. At the same time, don't rush through life. Many people are so busy chasing the future that they forget to live in the present. But life is happening right now, in this very moment. The laughter of a child, the beauty of a sunset, the warmth of a meal with loved ones. These are treasures we often overlook when we're too focused on what's next. Time also reminds us of life's shortness. None of us knows how many days we have left. That's not meant to make us afraid, but to wake us up. To remind us to live fully. To say, I love you, more often. To forgive quickly, and to make each day meaningful. So treat time like the gift it is. Guard it from things that don't serve your soul. Give it freely to the people who matter. And don't just count the days. Make the days count. Chapter 18. The Beauty of Change. Change is one of the few things in life we can count on. Seasons change, people change, and so do we. Sometimes we welcome it and sometimes we resist it, but change always comes. At first, change can feel scary. We often get comfortable where we are, even if we're not fully happy. The unknown feels uncertain, and uncertainty makes us afraid. But here's the truth. Without change, there is no growth. Think about nature. A seed must break open to become a plant. A caterpillar must leave its old form to become a butterfly. The same is true for us. We cannot step into new versions of ourselves without letting go of the old. Not all change feels good at first. Losing a job, moving to a new place, ending a relationship. These changes may hurt. But sometimes, what feels like an ending is actually the beginning of something better. Life often pushes us out of comfort zones so we can discover new paths we would not have chosen on our own. Change also teaches us who we are. It shows us our strength, our flexibility, and our ability to adapt. We discover that we are far more capable than we once believed. The beauty of change is that it keeps life alive. Imagine if nothing ever changed. Every day would be the same, forever. We would never grow, never learn, never experience new joys. Change, even when painful, is what keeps us moving forward. The key is to stop fighting change and start flowing with it. Ask yourself, what is this change teaching me? How can I grow through it? Instead of fearing the unknown, we can see it as an adventure, an open door waiting to be walked through. Yes, change can be hard, but it can also be beautiful, because every change carries within it the chance for a new beginning. Chapter 2. Childhood Dreams. When we were children, life felt bigger. The world was full of magic, wonder, and possibility. We dreamed without limits. One day we wanted to be astronauts flying to the moon. The next day, superheroes saving the world. And the day after that, maybe singers, teachers, or explorers. Nobody told us we couldn't, and we believed anything was possible. But as we grew older, something happened. People started telling us to be realistic. They told us to focus on what was safe, what was normal, what made money. Society pushed us into boxes: school, jobs, rules, routines. Slowly, many of us stopped dreaming. We traded imagination for responsibilities. But here's the truth. Those childhood dreams were never silly. They were windows into our soul. They showed us what we really wanted: freedom, adventure, love, joy, creation. Maybe you didn't become an astronaut, but deep inside you might still long for discovery. Maybe you didn't become a singer, but your heart still loves to express itself. Those dreams were not wrong. They were clues. Life has a way of making us forget. We get so busy surviving that we stop imagining. But the child inside us never fully disappears. That child is still there, waiting, whispering, reminding us who we really are. Sometimes we just need to listen again. Think about it. What did you dream about when you were young? Did you want to build, create, explore, help, inspire? Those dreams may not look the same today, but the feelings behind them are still alive. They are part of your true self. Chapter 19. Finding Peace Within. Many people spend their whole lives searching for peace. They look for it in money, success, relationships, or recognition. But true peace cannot be found outside. It begins within. Peace within is not about having a perfect life. It's not about having no problems. It's about learning to stay calm even when life is stormy. It's about carrying stillness in your heart, no matter what is happening around you. Think of a lake. When the wind blows, the surface of the water shakes, but deep down, the water remains still. That's what inner peace is like. On the outside, life may be busy, stressful, even painful, but inside, there can still be calm. Finding peace within starts with acceptance. Accepting that life will not always go our way. Accepting that we cannot control everything. When we stop fighting reality, we make space for peace. It also comes from letting go of anger, of regrets, of comparisons. The more baggage we carry in our hearts, the less room there is for peace. But when we release what no longer serves us, our souls become lighter. Another key to inner peace is gratitude. When we focus on what we have instead of what we lack, our hearts soften. Gratitude shifts our perspective and helps us see beauty, even in simple moments. And finally, peace comes from being present. Too often our minds are stuck in the past or worried about the future. But peace only exists here and now, in this breath, in this moment. Inner peace does not mean you will never feel stress or sadness. It simply means that even in those moments, you will know how to return to stillness. Like a compass pointing north, your heart will always find its way back to calm. Chapter 20. The Legacy We Leave Behind. When our time on this earth comes to an end, we cannot take our money, our possessions, or our titles with us. What we leave behind is not what we owned, but who we were. That is our legacy. A legacy is not built in one moment. It's built every day through small choices, words, and actions. It's the way we treat people, the kindness we give, the lessons we share, and the love we spread. Many people think legacy means doing something grand, like becoming famous or building something huge. But the truth is, legacy is often quiet. It's the way a parent teaches a child, the way a friend stands by another in hard times, the way a stranger remembers your kindness long after the moment has passed. Your legacy is the feeling people carry when they think of you. Did you make them feel valued, respected, and loved? Or did you leave behind pain, bitterness, or regret? The beautiful thing about legacy is that it doesn't matter how big or small your life seems. What matters is the impact you make in the lives around you. One gentle word, one selfless act, one moment of compassion can echo far beyond your lifetime. Think about those who inspired you, maybe a teacher, a grandparent, a mentor, or even a friend. Chances are, it wasn't their wealth or status that touched you. It was their kindness, their wisdom, their care. That's legacy. And here's the truth. You are creating your legacy right now, even in this very moment. With every choice, every interaction, you are writing the story people will remember. So ask yourself, what do I want my legacy to be? What do I want people to remember when my name is spoken? Because in the end, our lives are not measured by what we got, but by what we gave. Chapter 21. Life is a journey, not a destination. From the moment we are born until the moment we leave this world, life is a journey. It is not about racing to some finish line. It is not about reaching one final goal and then declaring, "I've made it." Life is lived step by step, day by day. Too often we rush through life, chasing the next thing. We think happiness will come when we achieve the job, the house, the car, or the dream. But when we get there, we often realize it is not enough. We quickly set another goal, and the chase continues. The truth is, happiness is not found at the end of the road. It is found along the way, in the laughter with friends, in the lessons learned through mistakes, in the quiet moments of peace when we are simply present. Life's beauty is in its process. The highs and lows, the wins and losses, the joy and the pain, they are all part of the journey. Without them, we would not grow, we would not learn, and we would not truly live. Think of life as a book. Each chapter is important, but no single chapter defines the whole story. Even the hardest chapters give meaning to the ones that follow. The journey is what makes the story complete. When we remember that life is a journey, we stop comparing ourselves to others. We understand that everyone is walking their own path, with their own lessons and timing. We stop rushing and start appreciating the scenery along the way. So don't wait until you reach the end to enjoy life. Don't wait until everything is perfect to feel grateful. The destination will come soon enough. What matters is how you live now. In the end, life is not about how far you go, but how fully you live while you're going.